Hello, I'm Amber.
I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Becky.
And you're listening to
Fangirls Anonymous.
Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Fangirls Anonymous, and we have lots of fun stuff to talk about, but we're going to start this one like we do every other episode. What are we fangirling about this week? I'm going to start with, I started watching Stranger Things. I've already watched it halfway through after just one sitting. It's very good. It's set in the 80s, and so it's very funny because sometimes I'm like, I suddenly feel like I'm watching E.T. or
they got the red hoodies.
Yeah, or the vests. Yeah, and it's just it's funny. Or you were saying that the opening reminded you of Doctor Strange.
The logo
Mm-hmm.
and the font for Stranger Things reminds me of the Doctor Strange movie logo and the words. So I always get confused on Facebook when they post things for Stranger Things. I'm like, oh, Doctor Strange. Oh, never mind. Damn you, Stranger Things.
Well, the funny thing is the opening, basically the title sequence, is just the Stranger Things logo where it's zooming out really, really slowly and it's all in neon. And I'm like, that's the most 80s opening for this I could ever even imagine. Because it's set in 1983.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that it's got an older Winona Ryder, you would not be able to tell it wasn't made in 1983.
Winona Ryder's in it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, she actually plays
she
plays a mom her son goes missing. I'm not giving any spoilers. It happens in the first episode. But her son goes missing, and she plays this woman who's so stricken with grief and all this crazy stuff is happening, and nobody believes her because they just think she's going crazy because her son's gone missing. And she's playing it so incredibly well.
Well, it's from Winona Ryder.
Yeah, she's a great. I mean, I haven't seen her in anything for so long. I've almost forgotten how great of an actress, and this is so testing her limits on the acting prowess, and she's doing an amazing job.
Well, she played the shit out of Spock's mom, and how
True.
long was she on the screen? Maybe 10 minutes.
Right, it's true. So yeah, it's actually very good. It's very intriguing. And it's funny because there's this background track they'll use sometimes when strange things are happening, and it's very reminiscent of the Twilight Zone. No, it's more like the chorus. You know what I'm talking about? When they're singing the. Sorry, it's okay. So it's almost like. It's almost like it's playing on Twilight Zone a little bit, but it's actually really good. It's very intriguing. It makes you think. It deals with alternate dimensions, and it's really good, and I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really glad I decided to put a pause on Supernatural and watch this because it's only 8 episodes, whereas Supernatural's 9 seasons.
Yeah.
So.
I'm gonna be jumping on the Supernatural train because I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
A lot.
I'm in season 2 now, and it's not as good and also not as scary, so I'm able to watch it.
So how far are you, Caitlin?
I'm about 4 episodes in right now, but I did watch the full first season at one point, and then I stopped, so I'm trying to kind of refresh myself.
Yeah.
There we go. So we're kind of on the same. I'm 15 episodes ahead of you. So
I just got done with the episode it's probably the 3rd episode maybe of the little boy that got killed and was in the water. He got drowned in the lake, so he took over the water. That one's actually really good. I'm like, whoa.
There's a lot of really good ones. The first season is creepy as shit.
Dude, that Wendigo episode, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Well, it's also got, the one that really got me was the one about the mental asylum.
I remember that one.
That one was...
Lights on, did you?
I sat and had to play solitaire while watching it because I had to detach myself.
See, I do the closing my eyes and covering my ears, or I'll fast forward through the scary part so I can see them really fast and silly looking, and then I'll watch
You guys get synced up, and we can do once a week, an hour before podcast, we can watch an episode.
Yeah, but that will take forever to catch up, though.
That's true.
9 years worth of Supernatural to watch, and there's 25 episodes in a season.
All right.
But I like your thinking.
It's a good thinking.
It is good thinking. It's very good thinking. If it was something shorter, or something maybe we could do it with Game of Thrones or something, though. Except for if you want to watch it Sunday night. Do we have to really wait a year for Game of Thrones? That's such bullshit. I get it, but...
I forgot my phone was not on vibrate.
Yay!
I was going to say, you're
That's
sitting here
birthday
lamenting
party.
about a year from Game of Thrones. do we have to go into the pain of the Sherlock fans?
Didn't we talk about that
Yes, we
last
did.
week?
And so I'm going to remind you. Every time you bring up that we have to wait a year for Game of Thrones, I'm going to be like, no, bitch, no.
It's just been so long since I've watched a show all the way up to when it's actually active on television. Like, it's, yeah. So, alright, so that's what anyway, Stranger Things, it's wonderful. If you haven't watched it, totally worth it. It's a Netflix original series, so you do have to watch it on Netflix. But it's very, very good, very well done.
I'm going to have to get into it.
Yeah.
I keep hearing such good things about it. I'm like, okay.
That's why I finally, like, when people were like, hey, you should come over and watch, like, episode 4, and I'm like, I'd like to. I haven't watched it yet. So maybe I should do that. Yeah. Alright, what about you, Caitlin?
So, Caitlin, what are you going to talk about this week?
I was sitting there going, keep talking so I can pull this up. I have been nerding out, and I loved this when it came out, which I think was like in 2011, 2010, around there.
I don't remember these things.
Because I was still married to my daughter's dad. And it was Repo the Genetic Opera. And
Say it a little slower.
Repo the Genetic Opera.
There we go.
And it, or as most of the Repo fans call it, Repo. It's this wonderful, amazing rock opera that was written by Terence Zednick and then was directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, who directed Saw, and it was produced by the producers of Saw. And so it's very dark, very gory, and amazing music. It's like a goth rock opera. It's so good. It's got Ogre from Skinny Puppy, which my husband's a huge fan of. Skinny Puppy's amazing. I've become a huge fan. And Ogre is the lead singer, and he plays Pobby, and Bill Moseley from Rob Zombie movie fame is in it. Paris Hilton is in it, and she basically is satirizing her own, like, self. Her face falls off at one point. Have you seen this movie?
I have not, but, you know, actually, I'll be honest, I don't despise Paris Hilton. There was another movie she did with Jason Mewes, and actually I was really entertained by it.
I don't enjoy Paris Hilton, but her role as Amber Sweet in this movie is so funny. She sings, and she's horrible. And
her name is Amber.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Amber personification makes me so mad. It's
better than Becky.
But it's so funny
Oh my
because
God,
Sarah Brightman is also in it.
Oh, no.
And Sarah Brightman plays Blind Mag, who is this opera singer who, because she was blind, she has implants that can play video and stuff. It's really cool. So because of circumstances, she won't be singing for very much longer. And so Paris Hilton, Amber keeps telling her that, I'm going to take your place. We'll see a real singer and all of that. You know, the has-been soprano. And she's just annoying. She's like, you know, I'm going to sing when you're done and all that. And I'm like, Sarah Brightman might not be the best singer in the world, but no.
She's better than Paris Hilton.
Yeah. And it's amazing. It's very good. And Anthony Stewart Head, who plays Giles in Buffy, plays Nathan Wallace, the Repo Man. And Alexa Vega from Spy Kids fame plays Shiloh, his daughter, and she's got a really kick-ass voice. Mm-hmm. She has a really huge part in this movie, and she's amazing. Yeah. And Joan Jett makes a cameo, and
damn,
a lot of really kind of A-list, sort of B-list actors are in it, and you're just like, whoa, that person's in there? Okay. And basically the plot of the story is that it's not too distant future. There's an epidemic of organ failure. Like, people just keep dying from organ failure to the point where the bodies are just piling. So Gene Co., which is run by this guy named Roddy Largo, they say, okay, well, we have this ability to make organs and do that, and we'll sell them to you and replace your organs for a small fee. And if you can't pay it, you know, they do loans and stuff, and if you can't pay them, well, he made it so organ repossession is legal, so they just send the repo man in, and he takes back their property. And there's a lot more involved in it.
Collateral damage notwithstanding.
Yeah, and it gets me really pissed off because I'll tell people about this thing, and they're like, oh, like Repo Man. I'm like, no, that was actually ripped off from Terence Zednick because he actually had pitched the idea to Fox Fox Movies, and they were like, well, if you got rid of the music and all that, we'd probably use it, but no, it's not our style. And then next thing you know, they're making a movie with Jude Law with the same freaking sort of idea, but not the same story. And it's just like... And Terrence Stigman wrote a whole blog saying, they stole my idea. But I didn't have it patented, so... Whatever, it's show business, so...
Well, now, the Devil's Carnival was by the same people, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It wasn't as good. I was really excited when it came out, but I saw it, I'm like...
I loved it.
Well, they left Repo the Genetic Opera so open. Like, Kevin actually had watched it a few times, but he, after the credits, after the movie ended, he's sitting here going, okay, we're done. I'm like, no, you gotta watch, because they're gonna show the ending stuff. And he's like, what? I'm like, keep watching. So he's watching, and he's like, they left that wide open to make a sequel. I'm like, they did. And they never
totally
did.
should.
I'm like, dude, if they made a sequel, I'm like, I want to know what happens to Shiloh. I want to know what happens to all of them. And it's like, because it's so good. I was bawling at the end of it. I was just bawling. It's amazing. You would love it. If you like, it's very similar. Like, I take it as the fans of Repo treat it like fans of Rocky Horror treat it. It's very...
It's cult classic.
Very... Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
But it's gory. If you are not a fan of gore, I had to... Like, when I first watched it, I had to do that fast-forward thing where I fast-forwarded. There's the Thankless Job where Nathan is singing while he's cutting open someone and ripping out, like, all of their organs. And then he turns them into a puppet. Do you remember that? It was,
it might not be something I'll be watching then. Just
but it's humorous all at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty gory, pretty bloody, and it's very well done though, and I loved it. I have a sick, gory sense of humor, and
my favorite part is still when it's Pavi, isn't it? He gets offered a cup of decaf coffee, and
that was Luigi. And I will shoot you in the face!
I will fucking shoot you in the face!
And at the end, when they're all he's like, I can't, because they're applauding for something, and no one's applauding enough. He's like, I can't hear you, you fucking mice! Because he has anger issues. But yeah, it's a hilarious movie, but it's also very gory. So I always tell people, if you don't like blood, if you don't like organs being ripped out, if you don't like that kind of stuff, it's not as gory as Saw. With the music makes it actually very palatable. I don't really enjoy gory torture movies usually. But that one, I was like, I actually was telling Becky that I said, dude, if they had Repo Men jobs, I would be totally in. As long as I could pick my targets.
Duly noted. All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, I probably won't be watching that anytime soon.
Even if we're here with you?
Maybe.
You won't puke, I promise.
No, it's not that. I don't... Yeah, the gore thing... I mean, if it's, like, obviously fake, I'm fine, but when
it's pretty obvious. It's
okay,
like,
well, then I might be able to handle it.
It's pretty obvious. Like, you can kind of tell that it's a fake dummy and stuff like that. They didn't have a huge budget when they made it. So it's...
Which makes them kind of more fun sometimes.
Yeah. He didn't have a huge budget. You can tell it's done on a soundstage, and yeah.
Okay, Becky.
Okay. So, I was nerding out a bit yesterday on this documentary about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I was not I know. I was not expecting that. It was put on the TV. I'm like, what is this? Oh, okay, so we're watching this then. And started watching, and I'm like, this is actually really interesting. So it's called Turtle Power, The Definitive History of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And it really goes into, like, how they came up with the idea for the Ninja Turtles. And this was, like, early 80s. And so, basically, Kevin Eastman, and I can't remember the other guy's name off the top of my head right now, but Kevin Eastman just, like, so happened to move to an area and just happened to find a comic book or a paper or something that just, like, kind of gave him an idea, and he was like, I really want to, get into the comics thing. And, like, that's when he decided to pursue that dream. And then he just so happened to go into this comic shop and strike up a conversation with the other original co-creator. And, they just started coming up with the idea for the Turtles, and they, just start working on the comic and then start doing really well, and they find a few other guys that are really like, yeah, let's do this, and, then just, it really documents how it just totally snowballed.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my sinuses are a little messed up.
All the best things snowball.
Yeah, and it just, it was so great to me, because it was like watching the progression of just this crazy idea, and then it turns into a labor of love, and then it just, they explain how it became big and how they got the representation for toy marketing, and then for the cartoon, and then they talked about making the first Ninja Turtles live-action movie, and how the Henson Company was involved in everything. It was actually really, really interesting and cool, and I really enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So any Turtles nerds out there, go check it out. It's worth the watch. And even if you're just mildly interested in how things came to be for that, it's worth the watch. It's really well put together and really interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of movies, there has been some really interesting news to come out of the movie industry, and I'm going to let Caitlin take the wheel on this one, because this is kind of right up her alley.
So, our boy Benedict Cumberbatch, he turned down a very iconic role in the most, just the fact that he did it so badass. He turned down the role of James Bond. Mm-hmm. And I'm reading right now an article by GISHWHES, and I just have to say, this article fucking sucks. Because
you hear that, GISHWHES? Your article sucks.
GISHWHES?
Yeah.
You guys are judgmental fucks.
Yeah.
And I'll
condescending dick bags.
And I'll go into that in a minute. But it basically says that Barbara Broccoli has been courting for Benedict Cumberbatch for months. She loves his style, his acting abilities, and everything. She reached out to him personally a few weeks ago and made him an offer. She said money was no object. But Benedict, who is shocked to even be considered for the role, has now turned her down. He doesn't want the attention, and he doesn't need the money. He's happy playing daddy and is enjoying being a husband. And this is the part where I get pissed and call you guys fucking assholes, GISHWHES. He is sick of the constant attention he keeps getting from fans. That did not need to be said.
That was bullshit.
That's bullshit, because if he didn't give a shit about if he didn't care about his fans, he would not have sat and visited everybody who was in line for Hall M. Thank you very fucking much.
At San Diego Comic-Con.
At San Diego Comic-Con. So anyway, you could have just left it with, he's happy playing daddy and enjoying being a husband, and just left it at that.
Suck our sweaty nerd dicks.
Yes. So anyway, it's basically, he turned that role down, and he said, I don't think they'd consider me for that, to be honest. I can wear a suit, and I can fight, and I can raise my eyebrow, but that's not what it takes to play Bond. They might want to go in a very different direction. Who knows? It would be fun, though. But he basically told them, sorry, I don't want to play this role.
Yeah.
I find someone different.
And I don't know that there's really been anybody who's been offered that role that's turned it down.
Yeah.
Usually it's like, oh, yeah, really? Me? Cool. So I and not that turning it down makes me respect him more at all, but I really like that he considered the fact that I have these pieces that they're looking for, but there's more, and I don't feel like I have it.
Yeah. And he basically, he didn't say it himself, but you can tell that from his work history from like a couple years ago, from when he started to about now, after Doctor Strange, he's kind of been not doing a lot. He just finished filming Sherlock.
Backing off a bit.
He's backing off a bit. He's working more on producing. He's a happy husband and father. I think that's freaking awesome.
But he still appreciates the shit out of his fans.
Yes. Yeah. And that fucking article can go eat a bag of nerd dicks. Seriously. You need to research.
We should send them a glitter bomb and a bag of dicks.
Yeah. You guys need to research the actors before you write about him, because you can find out for a fact that he does care about his fans. He loves his fans.
Yeah.
He knows that it's because of his fans that he is as popular as he is.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's one of the, I don't want to say one of the few famous people, but he's one of, that small select group of people who have gotten where they are because of their fans, who realize that they are where they are because of their fans.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying they don't all realize that, and they don't all take the time to acknowledge it.
Oh, they don't all.
But they don't all. But a good amount of them do, but not all of them.
Yeah.
But he is one of them that does. And he really went out of his way at San Diego Comic-Con
which we
to make sure they did. Which we talked about. So we don't need to go into that more, but that's
It's huge. And so when I read that he turned down Bond, I immediately messaged these ladies and was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I need to talk about this because this is epic.
It's big news. I mean, even without the commentary from Showbuzz, that's big news. Because like I said, I don't know. There's been a lot of people that have turned that role down, and I'm not gonna lie. I really haven't. I think I've watched 1 or 2 Bond movies all the way through.
I only watched the Sean Connery ones because they were good. It was perfect, but I'm not a big Bond fan.
And it really is such an iconic role, and I honestly think that Cumberbatch would have done a great job.
He would have. I would have enjoyed seeing him as Bond.
But he's not as much of an action figure, per se, as a lot of the other ones.
Yeah, he played Khan very well.
Yes, but Khan wasn't so much physical combat as mental.
When he did do physical combat, he kicked the shit out of people. But that's because he was an augment.
But so does Sherlock.
Yeah.
But again, that's also a lot of mental versus physical. Like, it's a lot more using the Force to bring it, but, use the Force, Sherlock.
Or like my youngest says, use the forks.
That's cute.
That's adorable.
But,
that's adorable.
So I'm excited I'm excited for him there because I like that he's sort of... I'm excited for him because as I was kind of showing Amber, I'm excited that he's kind of gotten into that family role that he's wanted.
Well, and it really says a lot to that, like, how happy he is in that role, that they, if somebody comes to you and says, money's no object.
I'm good.
And you're literally talking millions.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of zeros.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to go, nah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
That's just going to take time away from my kid and my wife. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's huge.
I'm good.
I mean, really, if you really look at that alone says a lot about it.
Knowing Benedict, he's probably, because him and Tom Hiddleston are very similar, he's probably
Only
like...
one of them stating Taylor Swift, though.
I know. He's looking around going, me? He's probably pointing at himself, looking around going, are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? I am okay. No, I'm good. No. No. You can pick some other guy.
So I wonder who the Tom Hiddleston's over there. I wonder who their next choice is.
From what the article said, let me see if they...
Can we really trust an article, though?
Well, I'm just
in
saying,
particular.
speculation over who might be the next suave British spy has been rampant ever since Daniel Craig announced he's hanging up his suit.
He only did like 2 episodes, didn't he?
I was going to say, Idris Elba was good.
Idris Elba, Damian Lewis, Tom Hiddleston, and Tom Hardy. I would like to see Tom Hardy.
I really want to see Idris Elba.
I think Hiddleston could handle it too, but I don't think he fits the role as well as those other. I mean, as terrible as it sounds, like they've always had a little bit more of a chiseled jawline, and Hiddleston has kind of more of that pointy, almost anime face. Like it'd be totally different than the other Bond.
I would love to see Idris Elba, because we really need more Idris Elba anyway. But I think it'd be awesome if they took Bond in a different direction and kind of cleaned up that whole misogynistic part about it. And which I think they could do a lot more easily if they added, like, an entirely new character for 007.
Yeah.
Because James Bond is just a code name.
Yeah. And, I'm reading a different article. This is The Independent, which wrote a better article. But I'm reading the ending of it, and it says, Craig is yet to confirm whether or not he will return for a 5th film after the upcoming Spectre, but recently said that he would, quote, rather slash his wrists, unquote, than think about reprising Bond anytime soon.
Yeah. Even Daniel Craig is sick of 007's shit. In
fact, I'm going to click on that link, then it's...
Damn. That says a lot.
Craig reprises his role for Spectre, but admits that if he returns, it will only be for the money.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, and that says a lot about where the script and the story has been going to.
Yeah.
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 I mean, you can really only... I feel like you can only do something so much before it's like, I mean, come on, really. I mean, how many Land Before Time movies did they do? And after, like, the third one, we're like, seriously?
Yeah, and did they really have to start making the musicals? Like, the first one was an instant classic without being a musical, guys. You don't have to add a bunch of stupid songs to make freaking money.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I have to say... Yeah, and the full quote that Craig says, I'm sorry, this is just too funny. He said, I'd rather break this glass and slash my wrists than do another film. No, not at the moment, not at all. That's fine. I'm over it at the moment. We're done. All I want to do is move on. He told Time Out, adding that if he was tempted to return, it would only be for the money. Craig plans to enjoy family life and banish Bond for at least a year or two. I just don't want to think about it. I don't know what the next step is. I have no idea. Not because I'm trying to be cagey. Who the fuck knows? At the moment we've done it, I'm not in discussion with anybody about anything. Yeah. I don't think he wants to do it anytime soon.
Yeah, and with 007, like, I think, like, how many movies can we watch about a womanizing spy before we're just like, okay, are we done with this yet? Like, can't he just be a badass spy with badass gadgets? Like,
Yeah, like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Well, Sherlock Holmes isn't a spy. He's a consulting detective.
Yeah, but it's like, does that really... Yeah. I think they could do with making 007 a totally different character, and I think Idris Elba could fucking nail it.
Nailed it.
Maybe a GO4.
Yes, or Chiwetel at GO4.
You get that bean in your brain now, don't you?
Yes, I do.
No, and I mean, yeah. So I'm excited. I'm just excited in general because I'm excited for Doctor Strange, which I'm doing like T-minus 3 months until that comes out. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Yeah. These next couple of years are like gonna be the best for nerddom. Like, finally, it's our time.
Yeah. Thank you, Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
I mean,
which I really need to watch. I've seen a bunch of episodes, but I haven't like been able to sit down and watch the whole thing.
It's so good. Like, it's just so good. Yeah. So, all right. So let's talk a little bit more about nerddom and the incredible nerddom fan rabbit hole that we fell down last week.
I'm gonna sit back right now and let you guys talk. I have no part in this.
Well, but you got to see a lot of the results of it.
A little bit, yeah.
So last week we participated in GISHWHES.
Yeah.
And Becky was our amazing team captain.
Thank you.
Basically, I know we kind of touched on it before, but when we did, like, neither of us really knew what GISHWHES was at all.
Mm-hmm.
It stands for the greatest international scavenger hunt the world has ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
GISHWHES. And Misha Collins, Mr. Collins, Misha-san,
Misha-san,
we'll
get into that.
Yes, we'll get into that. Has created this, and it's partially for his charity of random acts of kindness, which is really, really cool. Basically, what he does is he puts together a gigantic list of the most bizarre tasks you can think of. And it was things like, take a picture in a 50s diner of, and they did have a specific one, but if you didn't live anywhere near it, then, just a 50s diner, of Jedi being served root beer floats, bonus points if it's served by a Sith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, you guys did that.
We did that.
Oh, yeah, and we threw in Darth Vader in the background.
Yeah.
Enjoying his morning coffee.
Yes.
In a bathrobe.
Yes.
I didn't even notice the bathrobe.
Yeah.
It was totally a black
Now,
bathrobe.
now I need to know. Who was Darth Vader? That's what I thought.
It was
That
Becky.
was me.
And I was taking the picture, so I wasn't in it. And actually, at first, like, when we showed up, the staff was, like, super excited. And then, like, the longer we were there, the more annoyed with us they got. Because other staff members were like, it's dinner rush. And we're like, dude, we picked a fucking Thursday. Like, we picked a date in the middle of the week in Squim, when the sidewalks usually roll up at, like, 5.
And I'm sorry, their dinner rush is like 4 tables.
Yeah, it really was.
At least from what we saw.
Yeah. Anyway.
They were really great about it.
They were still really great about it. We got our picture, and it's definitely, we've seen some of the other ones. Some of the other ones are really good, but I'm pretty biased.
Yeah.
It's pretty pretty freaking epic.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah. And let's see. So it was just like this, just a long list. It was like 174 items.
I think it went to 176.
By the end, I think it did.
Yeah.
And like there are things that are removed at the beginning, and there are things that are added later in the week. So you always have to be checking it. You always have to be on it.
Gotta check the updates page like 4 times a day.
We had a list of we had a team of 15 people. Most of ours were in Washington. A few of them were in California because they ended up combining us with another team. Our team was called
and
Geeks
Crystal
United.
over in North Carolina.
And Crystal in North Carolina.
Hi, Crystal.
Hi, Crystal. We love you.
So we had a team called Geeks United, and then the team we merged with was called the G.I.S.H.W.H.E.S. So when they merged them, they called us Geeks United Loves the G.I.S.H.W.H.E.S. So it was like the longest team name, but we had the best team.
Yes.
We had such an amazing time. We were all collaborative. There wasn't any arguments or fighting or putting down.
No.
And so we just made some really creative stuff, and we were trying so hard. There were a couple of them that just didn't happen. Like there was one so there was this mysterious picture of a boat floating in the water with a narwhal.
Shout out to Angel if she listens to this. Angel Van Atta, you're amazing for figuring this shit out.
She noticed there was Morse code on the photo. And the Morse code basically read something about hula hoop, officer, deck, warship. Right?
And video.
So all these people took this picture. Like one person like animated the photo. Another person like took a video of themselves like drowning as a narwhal in the bathtub. So
they were flailing narwhal and it was playing the narwhal song in the background.
Right. So I don't think a lot of people caught the barcode. We had somebody who literally had a
Morse code.
We had somebody whose hula hoop was confiscated off the deck of the ship trying to do this video.
Yes. Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you,
Wayne. You're darling. Love you.
But I don't think a lot of people figured out the Morse code. So we totally would have freaking rocked that one. But I think we still submitted something, but it wasn't what they actually wanted. But I think it was a lot closer than what a lot of people got.
Yeah.
We also did, what was the other? Oh, we had to celebrate all the holidays at once.
I love that picture. I saw that and died.
And
I was like, these are my friends.
We had, let's see, we had Becky dressed in like a,
I was in a Pikachu onesie.
Kigurumi. And Nani was dressed as Batgirl, and she was like prying a spider off a very afraid Becky. I was dressed as a Jedi with a party blower. We had Amanda, and she was dressed in her Cinco de Christmas outfit. Yeah. She was wearing like a poncho and like a Santa hat, like Christmas leggings. And then John had his Mardi Gras, and he was giving bunny ears to Dean, who was dressed as Kaz, who was holding a birthday cupcake with candles lit and looking very confused.
Giving the best what the fuck is going on face.
And it was so Kaz, like it was so good. And we had like the Christmas tree, like all the decorations in the background, down to St. Patty's Day, like on the wall.
And
like,
my party rat.
Yeah, the party rat. she had this like, it was like an ROUS like rubber toy.
It was this hideous giant rat decoration. And I put a party hat on it and taped a party blower to its mouth, put a Valentine's Day gift bag on its hand. You cannot see this in the pictures.
Yeah, Nani's covering it, but it's okay because Nani wrestling that giant spider off you is still like perfect. Like, it's just perfect. And then it comes to, I think, my favorite item. It was worth the least amount of points, but I did it and I rocked it anyway because I loved it. So I think she's the assistant to Misha Collins. Her name is Miss Jean Lewis, and she is literally one of the most elusive people on the internet I have ever found. There is not a single picture of her. There's nothing about anything in her history except for just random little clippets of just things that she said. She calls herself advisor, aka babysitter to Mr. Collins. And, like, all of her profiles, like, she was born in the 1800s, like, born kicking and screaming, and that's the way she entered the world, and that's the way she plans to leave. I mean, just crazy random stuff. So the task was to create a social media post, a blog post, or a website dedicated to the elusive Miss Jean Lewis. We created a website. I literally purchased the domain MissJeanLewis@GISHWHES.com. Because whenever she says her email address, she always types it MissJeanLewis@GISHWHES.com. So I made that website. I bought the domain name. I actually just did it as a subdomain on the Fangirls Anonymous website. So you can also go to fangirlsanonymous.com/MissJeanLewis. And it will pop up there too.
Do it.
But we decided that the aspect of her life that we wanted to portray was all the shenanigans that Misha Collins gets her into. And it's like the craziest stories. Did you happen to pull it up? Or?
I'm looking right now.
So if I can't, oh God, I really want to read one of these stories. I think maybe I'll go with the first one because it's fucking hilarious. So, let me just pull it up really quick because I have it quickly up and available because I visited it so many freaking times. We have 5 stories and they are a labor of love from the entire team. It's not even... so the first one is called A Change of Venue. And it starts with OMC. Oh my Kaz, for those of you not in the know. Mr. Collins almost caused my demise yet again today. Why I even tolerate his shenanigans is completely beyond my comprehension. Today we were supposed to rendezvous to examine GISHWHES' top secret material, and 20 minutes prior to our scheduled engagement, Mr. Collins issues an order to congregate not at our previously designated place, but a set of GPS coordinates. Knowing Mr. Collins, I should have investigated the coordinates more closely before leaving, but the last-minute nature of the request, I ran out my door into my car without a second thought. I entered the coordinates into the GPS on my phone and went on my way. 10 minutes into the drive, I noticed that I was heading deep into the forest nearby. I finally had time to become apprehensive about the situation, but I was far too along to terminate. My GPS continued to lead me deeper into the forest. I immensely regretted the heels and skirt I had chosen to wear. I took turn after turn until finally I found myself turning down a dusty road isn't exactly the right word for it now, is it? I followed the road until its terminus. I slowed my vehicle to a stop and exited. I saw Mr. Collins' car a few feet away, and looking down at my phone, I came to the realization this was not the end of my journey. The things I do for this employment. In heels, I began my trek through the thick underbrush. The GPS said I was only a quarter mile away from my destination. A few scratches and stuck heels later, I heard a noise. I froze. I turned my head slowly toward the sound and almost screamed. I was face to face with a cougar, and not one of those widowed or divorced ladies you find at singles bars. A real cougar. I ran through the inventory in my satchel and realized I had nothing with which to defend myself from a cougar. Even my pepper spray had been left in my other bag. I slowly backed away, and the cougar, finding me apparently uninteresting, moved along to juicier prey. Seeing that the coast was now clear for me to continue my journey, I followed my GPS for the remainder of the distances. As I walked into a clearing, I see Mr. Collins staring at his phone, moving it back and forth and flicking his finger across the screen. He was hunting a blasted Pokemon. Mr. Collins became aware of my presence and turned to me with a smile. "Hi, Jean," the ass-butt had the nerve to say. "I hope you don't mind the change of venue. I've been tracking a really rare Pokemon." "Of course not," I muttered through the clenched teeth. "Now, shall we get down to business?" Of the rest of our meeting, I can't comment. Top secret GISHWHES stuff, after all. And that's the end of that story. And we have like 4 others, and they are all equally hilarious. This one was, I think it was Lisa
Martinez.
Lisa Martinez wrote like 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had...
and she just pounded them out.
Oh my gosh.
It was amazing.
And they all connect. Like, they all have something referring to it. Like, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and that's just the first one. Like, they just get progressively funnier. It was a great team effort, and I'm super proud of this website. I have the domain for a year, so it'll be up for a year. Totally worth it. And, but yeah, that one was only worth 16 points, where most of them were like 46, 58, you know, like really random. That was only worth 16, but I was like, no, this is my labor of love.
Yes.
And it turned out to be my favorite thing. The holiday party was hilarious. The Jedi thing was funny. We had Angel, her husband built her a coffin, and they filled it with popcorn, except for the face, and took a picture. Like, that was one of the items.
That was fantastic.
There was just crazy stuff, and it was so much fun. If you were considering just 1 week of doing just crazy, random shenanigans, I would highly recommend signing up for GISHWHES next year.
Yeah.
The money goes to his charity. It's...
Try to get as many people you know on your team as possible. Because a lot of people were not as lucky as we were.
Yeah, no, we had a great team. Oh, and then John did the thing where he got sprayed in the face with the water.
Oh my god.
Did you see that?
I did.
Yeah, there was a picture of a dog being sprayed in the face by like a water hose. I said, recreate this picture.
It was a sprinkler.
Not with animals. and John did it, and it was epic. Like, I totally give kudos to him. There's no way I would have done that.
I totally would have.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so funny. Just crazy random stuff we did. Like, and there was a lot of them that I wish we would have been able to do, but we just didn't have the resources for it. You know, like resources of the paper and the news feeds and things like that. Mm-hmm. So we have a year to get those.
Yeah.
We should
and
get
I
Paul
was
on
on
our
a
team.
boat with a goat.
Yeah.
And I literally ate green eggs and ham.
On a boat with a goat. Not a joke.
Yeah.
She really did that.
Yeah. And of course, because it's like, I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am. So I was like, I'm so clever. I'm going to dress up as Sam Winchester. So I wore a brown wig and a flannel shirt.
And then went out on a boat.
With a goat.
There were actually
two goats.
2 goats on her boat.
There
and she ate green eggs and ham.
Yes.
And the picture exists.
Yes, it's
exists.
out there.
Yeah. Crazy. I mean, what else was, I'm just trying to think of.
Oh my god.
We had to sing the first verse of Carry On My Wayward Son.
Yeah.
And the chorus in key, which, who did that? Was it Crystal?
I think we submitted Crystal's video.
Crystal's
hers was cleaner audio.
And then she actually also created a theme song for GISHWHES.
Yeah. Oh, that was Stephanie.
Was that Stephanie?
Yeah, that was Stephanie.
Stephanie, okay.
Oh my god,
Stephanie,
that was hilarious.
Stephanie and Victoria, like the last day,
mm-hmm.
seriously, we went up like 2,000 points the last day.
Yeah.
We went from like 1,500 to like 3,500
nice.
in one day because of everything that Victoria and Crystal and Angel, like they just submitted everything that last day, and it was like
mm-hmm.
boom, 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 pushed them out, rocked it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to. But this week, like, because of all the stuff we did this last week, like this week, I'm like, how all this free time?
Yeah.
What do I even do?
Yeah. Is this normal?
Right.
Space
like
time?
how did I even manage to? What was I doing before? I felt like I didn't have any time, and now I'm like, what do I do with all this time?
Yeah. Well, we spent an entire week entirely consumed with because we created a Facebook group.
Oh my god! I would leave my phone alone for 5 minutes, and my phone would blow up.
Yeah. And for any future Gishers, like, do that. Make a Facebook group.
Yep.
Keep in contact that way. It was such a big help.
Totally worth it.
Yeah.
Becky was consistently checking it. I remember last week on Tuesday when you were over at my house, you were just on it, and you kept going, and Kevin and I'd be like, what? And you're like, just this Gish thing.
Because we couldn't talk about it. It's like rule number 1 of GISHWHES. Don't talk about GISHWHES.
Yeah.
Rule number 2. Don't talk about GISHWHES. Oh, and then we did the 30-legged race.
Oh my lord.
My gosh. We had to walk 40 meters.
What a clusterfuck.
With all of us tied together.
We did it.
We
but
did
oh my
it.
god,
we didn't have enough people,
fuck.
but we submitted it anyway.
Yeah.
We only had like 25
people.
people.
Yeah. Told me, and I was working, and so she's like, when you get off work, maybe, and I'm like, dude, and I texted her when I got home, and I'm like, are you guys still there? And because she was like, you can come up and watch, and I'm like, okay, and she's like, we didn't have enough people, so we just did it anyway, and I'm like, I wish I could have been there, but I have to fucking work. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Everyone else has day jobs. I have 12:30 to 9 shifts.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was interesting.
Tell the shadow.
Yeah.
Was hilarious.
Okay, so it got dark by the time we were able to finally get everybody tied together so we could do the fucking thing. And so we had a couple people with vehicles go and park them at one end and turn on their headlights so that we could see what the shit we're doing. And so we finally, like, shuffle and, like, baby step our way to, because, okay, it was 40 meters.
We didn't have 40 meters, even though we picked a really big space.
Yeah. So we went 20 meters one way, turned our happy asses the fuck around, and went 20 meters back the other way. So we make it to the end, we get our fucking asses turned around, and that took some doing. And
just because nobody could manage. Like, what if we just turn around?
God.
We're tied together. How are we just supposed to spin our happy asses around and go? It doesn't work that way.
So we did like a folding thing.
We tried, then somebody's like, what if we fold? How is that going to work? No, we just all got to do like the, you know,
The shuffle.
Yeah.
Anyway, we managed, and then we turn around, and we're all shuffling our asses back the other direction. And with the headlights behind us, the shadows, it looked like the shadows of a zombie horde.
Yeah, because we're all just like wobbling back and forth. Because we discovered baby steps worked.
Or you guys looked like coneheads during the, on Remulac when they're all getting excited about the moon.
Kind of. But it really did, because
it was
of how
much
we
more
were
like
zombies. It looked like a zombie
or whatever.
Because the coordination just wasn't there. There was no coordination at all.
And we tried like doing like 1, 2, 1, 2. That didn't work.
No. With that many people, that's just never
we
gonna
basically
happen.
just baby steps. Baby steps worked.
Yeah, baby steps. If anybody ever has to do a 30-legged race, just shuffle. Shuffle.
Yeah.
Make the ropes a little bit loose and shuffle.
Yeah, don't make them too tight because I got bruises on one of my ankles. Just one though.
Yep. Yeah. Just make the rope. Give them a little slack because ankle bones are gonna bump. Where? Well, it's true.
I think that is the title of this one.
Another name for sex: ankle bones bumping. Bumping some ankle bones.
Ankle bones are gonna bump. I'm writing that down. That's the title.
No, see, I purposely wore my Timberland boots, which come like just above my ankle bones, and have steel toes.
You mean you weren't the one with the Pikachu feet?
No, that was Amanda.
Okay.
No, yeah, Amanda was Pikachu. I put on I put on Amanda's Batgirl costume, like just the top. I still had my jeans on underneath, but
okay.
Yeah, it was a little revealing for being outdoors.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
I thought that was Nani's costume.
No, that's Amanda's.
Actually, I still have Amanda's pirate costume in my trunk. So I saw her today. I should have given it to her. But yeah, no, it totally worth it. Amazing, amazing time.
Oh yeah.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yes.
Just know that
like 15 out of 10.
You need to have people that you can communicate with, and do not be afraid to step out of your comfort zone because that's everything they're going to ask you to do.
Yeah.
But totally.
Yeah. Make sure you make sure people on your team are cool with communicating and being told what to do.
Apparently, we got really lucky. Like there were a lot of teams that did not get along.
Yeah.
But also, we found out there were teams that did everything but like 3 items. We're like, we did like half. Like, and we thought we were doing good.
Yeah.
Oh, we totally kicked ass.
We did.
For most of us being first timers. Like,
those teams must have been high schoolers on summer break who.
Right.
Well, not just that, but a lot of them were people that had like been doing it since the beginning. Yeah. So they knew to take the week off and blah,
Oh,
and as much as I love GISHWHES, I still don't think I could have taken the week off to do it. Like, it's not. Yeah. Iceland wasn't that important to me.
Yeah.
Now, had it been something like the haunted castle in Scotland, I would have been like, I am taking the week off. We are doing this shit, because some of his trips have sounded amazing.
Yeah.
But as cool as like dog sledding and partying in a volcano, like that's cool, but not haunted castle in Scotland cool.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So are we to the part yet where I talk about meeting
Misha? Yes, we have to talk about what happened on Monday. So Sunday night, granted, they post the list 7 a.m. on Friday. Sunday night, they added the first one that wasn't posted before. And Becky, I'm going to let you take it from here.
Okay, so, as Caitlin said, I was on the Facebook group, and I was on the updates page, and I was on the items list 24/7 starting from the minute GISHWHES started. And so then I see on Sunday night...
9 o'clock he posted it, like...
Yeah, something like that. And I see, this item. So his mom is totally not impressed that he's on TV. Doesn't give a shit. However, she loves GISHWHES and she loves birthdays. And her birthday happened to be that Monday.
August 1st.
Yes. And so the item was, he wanted people to find them in Bellingham, which is where he lives. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I was wondering why they did Bellingham. I'm like, why Bellingham?
That's
Misha
where he
Collins lives in Bellingham, Washington.
Yes.
if you didn't already know.
I am going to live
How does that
there.
make you feel, knowing that you live as close to that as you didn't realize how close he lived?
Can we go visit Bellingham one of these days?
My brother lives there.
Yes, and I know...
He and his girlfriend were trying to get me
I know somebody who knows somebody who owns the coffee shop where he occasionally goes, and the park where he likes to take his... Shh, I don't know these things. What? This is research? Shh. Moving on. Moving on. Okay.
So, anyway.
All right.
The idea was you had to go, tell her happy birthday, and then take a picture with her in the background.
Yes. And, so... The morning went as such that we had to hurry very quickly.
It's a 6 hour drive with a ferry.
Well, it was less than that.
With Nani.
Yeah. Yeah. Nani was driving. I texted her because I posted in the group, "Oh my fucking Cass, you got," because I made the group change it. We're gonna say OMC for Oh my Cass instead of OMG for Oh my God. Also,
we could only refer to Misha Collins as Mr. Collins.
Yes,
after,
or Misha-san.
After the articles, or Misha-san after that, yeah.
That's relating to the articles on the website that Amber made. You're just gonna have to go look that shit up yourself.
It's fucking hilarious.
Because I'm gonna make you look it up because it's worth looking up.
Totally.
Anyway. So,
if not, maybe we'll sit here and read one story each week until we've read them all, because
right.
OMC.
Yes, so I post in the group, OMFC, you guys. Item number blah, blah, blah. And so...
Like 61 or something.
Yeah, something. I can't remember now. It's all a blur. And so, I'm like, okay, who's down? And I think Nani commented, like, well, I've got a car. Something like that. And I'm like, okay. All right, so I texted her 7:30 in the morning. We doing this?
Because, yeah, you had to be there between, like, 11:30 a.m. and 1 p.m.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a really short window.
And you texted her at 7:30?
Yes.
You texted her the night before.
Oh.
And I can't remember the night before. Like I said, it's all a blur. But I know I texted her, like, the minute I woke up, like, we doing this? And so we finally get our asses together, and we get our asses on the road. We're driving like bat out of hell. And we finally get there, thanks to, oh, Canada, I love you, but Jesus Christ, your vacation drivers are awful and slow, and the passing lane is for passing, okay?
Kilometers versus miles.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah, and if you're in the passing lane and you're not passing anybody, get the fuck over, please. Moving on. So we finally get there at 1:15 or 20.
Because I text her at one time, like, what happened? She's like, almost there, and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
and then I get a text,
was dying.
There!
I was dying the whole way there. I'm like, we're not going to make it. We get there. I jump out of the car and I ask the first person I see, I'm like, are you gishing? And she goes, yes, they're over there. Hurry. He's getting ready to pull out right now. Yes, phrasing, all the phrasing.
Hurry before he pulls out.
Squeeze.
Just keep it in there. Just keep him in there. Sorry. Try not to be pervy. It doesn't work.
No, that one was
So I literally run to where she's pointing, and I see a few people next to a car, and I'm like, that must be it. And I see these people look up, and they see me, and they're like nodding and smiling, like, yes, this one. And I run over, and I jump and flail.
Like in front of the van.
Yes, he's like pulling out, he stops, and I'm jumping and flailing and yelling, happy birthday!
I'm sorry.
Caitlin and Amber are familiar with my flails.
Yeah. It's true.
Which are many and varied and have subtle differences.
The funny thing is, though, when you said you were flailing, I was like, I can picture that because I know exactly what kind of flailing she was doing.
She was doing it in my living room while she was telling me this.
It is we might have to record her doing this because it's very amusing. Oh, don't die. You have to finish your story.
God, I'm still getting over whatever the fuck bug I was... Anyway. So excited. Just retelling the story. I'm a little bit flushed. So he stops the car and he's laughing and he rolls the window down and he goes, "Did you just get here?" And I'm like, "Yes!"
You should have told him how far you came, though.
I did not have that presence of mind.
We're such fucking pervs. I love it.
Sorry, Amber and I are trying not to turn everything you say into a sexual innuendo or a bad sex story.
It's not working.
It's not working at all. Anyway, keep going.
Okay, so I did not have the presence of mind to say, we just got here all the way from Port Angeles. And, so he's like, "You just get here?" And I'm like, "Yes!" And he's like, "Well, thanks for coming." And they open up the side door so I can get the picture with... God fucking damn it, you guys.
I'm sorry. Amber and I are one and the same person. We're realizing this every single time we get together. We are two alike. I love it.
Yeah, me too. It's kind of awesome.
God damn it,
I don't
guys.
have
I'm
any
trying
wine in
to
my
tell my
Here.
story.
What's that?
They're pouring more wine. God.
I need a toast.
Yeah.
I need to toast the fact that I found a soul sister, man.
Yeah, it's unlucky to toast on an empty glass. Haven't you seen Date Night?
Yeah. Alright,
Okay,
cheers.
sorry. Continue with your story,
Bitches.
and I will try not to make it perverted.
So you're talking to Misha Collins.
Yeah, and it took everything I had to not just, like, reach through the window and accost him with a hug. Like, I really just, like, "Oh, he's right there, don't be that fan, don't be that fan, don't be that fan." And so I was just, like, super excited, and I think I yelled happy birthday at his mom, like, 4 times. But it's great because they were laughing about the whole thing, and it was pretty fun.
The
So
picture was adorable.
yeah,
I don't know that I've ever seen a smile that big on your face before, and I've known you for a long time.
Yes,
So
I was pretty fucking happy. Like I met Caprica 6 and Starbuck. I was pretty fucking happy. Still. Like, this beat that by a mile, and it was only, like, 10-15 seconds of interaction, and I didn't even get to touch him.
Damn it.
Damn it! I want to hug that man so bad.
Just 10 to 15 seconds, and you didn't even get to touch him. That sounds like disappointing sex.
God damn it, yes.
hashtag my life.
Oh, I could do a hashtag. I'm not gonna. You love me.
We're gonna wrap it up. Unless there's anything about meeting Misha Collins or any other GISHWHES.
Oh, no, nothing about that, but I totally forgot to mention, I just saw a preview for the new Resident Evil movie coming out. Resident Evil, the final chapter.
That's what they said the last time.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be, like, awful and awesome at the same time.
Well,
it's gonna be
so bad
awesome.
it's good. Awesome.
No, it's great because I love Mia Jovovich. Sorry, shit. Anyway, bad fan.
It's alright. It's alright.
I got excited.
Like my friend, like Mallory on our group just found out that the T in Voldemort is silent.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, you just found that out? No offense, not judging.
No. Love you, Mal.
Love you. Just saying, really?
I didn't know.
Well, there was a big thing about it like a year ago where like people were like, what? So that's right.
That's
just
funny.
like that. Just
Do you remember when everybody was getting all pissy about the pronunciation of Hermione's name? It's Hermione. No, it's Hermione.
I thought it was Hermione until I heard the audiobook the first
knew it was
time.
Hermione.
It was when I read the 4th book. Because when Victor Crumb is trying to pronounce it. Yeah, and she's trying to pronounce it, I was like, oh, I've been saying it wrong for like 4 books. Shit.
I've been imagining it.
Yeah. I was like, Hermione, that's the weirdest name I've ever heard, but okay, whatever. It's like when my friend, was my friend, tried to pick up the 7th book. Like, she watched all the movies and then tried to pick up the 7th book. And she's like, who's Ginny? And I'm like, Ron's sister? And she's like, oh, I thought her name was Jenny. And I'm like, nope. But you don't know who Peeves is either. You know? So, anyway. So I want to remind you guys that for the 25th 25th podcast, we are going to do a Q&A session. Literally, I mean, I don't think any questions are really off limits. I think we might put some limits, like, I don't really want to tell you what my favorite sexual position is, because that's really none of your business.
We're just going to ignore stupid
I'll
questions.
answer that one.
Yes, she probably will. And you know, if we have enough wine, I might answer it too. And Amanda is going to join us for that one, so you'll get to hear from her again. So don't forget, you can send them in. You can go to hello@fangirlsanonymous.com. You can also submit them on our website. We have a contact form, fangirlsanonymous.com. Other than that, unless there's anything else you ladies want to add, all right, so we will talk to you guys next week. Same fangirl time, same fangirl channel. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah.